Hi everybody, it's Rachel. I'm here with my first video about my kit to make this that I made for Fiona. I'll be shipping that out soon, so I thought I'll get my video going. So basically we're going to make this, and I'll just show you what's in the kit. Now I've written down how I printed it all. So basically on 80 or 90 GSM, I printed all of the, and I'll put it in the description box below. I printed all of the main pieces, the big florals for the collaging. That's what I want to say. So this one, so each one singularly on just a page of regular white paper. Okay, so these are for tearing up, so I didn't want them to be too thick. This one I could have printed it on presentation paper. Probably should have done that actually. So this one will come I'll reprint it on presentation paper because we're going to cut out the flowers, and that'll be a little bit stronger. The lace just in case, and then this one and this one. Then on ivory regular weight paper, so still 80 or 90 GSM, I did 2 to a page, and I have the option of doing 2 to a page 10 by 15 centimeters. 10 by 15 centimeters, let me tell you what that is in inches. 10 is about 4 inches, 4 by 6. Sorry, ding dong. Okay, so my 2 doilies, the flower and the other doily. The reason why I print them on ivory is because you've got all these holes here and you don't want those flaring white sort of sticking out like that. And then also I thought this was nice like that because when you fussy cut around that, we're not going right to the edge, and so you still get the nice browny sort of color. On the presentation paper, 120 GSM, I printed these trims, and I think all I used was this one, but you can choose to use whatever you like. I also printed 2 to a page, always the reduced size, the butterfly pages and the bird. Now these are just extra butterflies. They're not, I didn't actually use these in my folder, but they are extra butterflies, and then there's a few extra ones there, and then the postcard, and then also no, this is now cardstock. So on cardstock, and my cardstock's 160 GSM, I did one side, this paper again, we've already printed on the regular paper, but we also need it on the cardstock. So this side, and then I flipped it around and I printed out the lace on the other side, because it's gone a bit crooked, but it doesn't matter, we'll work it out. I also printed 4 to a page on the cardstock. This is going to be a pocket. These are all going to be journaling cards. They are not in the PDF because they come out the right size if you do 4 to a page and not adapt to frame sort of thing, like their actual size. And then in the PDF you will find the 2 butterflies, because these are harder to resize, and all the labels, and then these are also tags and pockets or tuck spots, so they are all on cardstock. The butterflies did not need, and the labels did not need to be cardstock, but it was just easier for me to print it all on one thing. So that's the printing, and now we can get started. So I've got my piece of straw paper. Now if you don't have straw paper, it's A4 size, just fold it in half. If you don't have straw paper, you could use craft paper, you could use tea stained paper would be beautiful. So you don't have to have straw paper to make this. And the first thing we want to do is create the front. Now, as you all know, I've done this in my 100-day project, this actual sort of thing, but I hadn't done it with these papers. I'd done it with book pages. So these are printables. Okay, so what I'm going to do is not use my fabric scissors, but use, so this is just really a bonus to go with the digital kit with these public domain images. So I'm just going to trim this. Hopefully it's trimming on the other side as well. Yes, it is, because I saw that it went crooked. Trim it down. Actually, I think in my original one I tore it. I did. I need to tear it down just a little bit further. And actually I'm going to attempt, I'm just going to tear off a tiny bit, like 1/2 centimeter, maybe 1/4 of an inch, like 3 notches, no, 3/8 of an inch probably, or 2. I'm just going to carefully tear it off because I don't actually want it that high. So I probably didn't need to trim it. I should have just torn it. So take note from my mistake. Okay. So yes, this is not really a course or anything like that. It's just showing you how, I'll trim those. I'm showing you how I used the digital. But I'm not going to publish it. I'm only those who purchase the digital will have access to this little sort of craft with me tutorial, whatever you want to call it. Just trim that off. Okay, so then I'm going to fold it into 3. So I'm going to, yes, about 2/3. Get my bone folder, that's a good idea. Just to get that as flat as I can. And then here as well, line it all up and give it a tear. Okay, and then the next thing I did was, as carefully as I could, I tore down here, so it was like that. You just have to be careful. It's probably going to get a bit of white on the other side. You just have to, I mean, lots of ladies ink, so you could ink it. I might even have to resort to inking if it's too bad. Yep, so yeah, just tear it. And then I just flipped it over on the other side and just tidied it up a little bit. I actually don't even mind that, to be honest. So that's that side. So then we need to create our pocket for inside and our tuck spot. So inside I used, not that one, I used this one here, and I'm going to tear it with my ruler. It should be just about the right size, but I'm going to tear it with my ruler because I don't want it to be a really sharp sort of edge. And this is obviously on the cardstock. I'm just tearing it, and anything I don't like I just go and snip it off with my scissors. I don't worry about it too much. I mean, we're meant to be relaxing. We're not going to be pedantic about anything, except that tiny bit there I might trim off. Okay, and then that's going to be stitched right here, and it's the perfect size. And I'm just going to stitch that there. I'll just clip it for the moment. Now, if you're not comfortable stitching, because this is a little complex little project, as we know, if you're not comfortable stitching, you can, you could even just stitch around the piece and then glue it down so it looks like it's been stitched, which is a possibility. And also you wouldn't get the stitching on this side if you didn't want it. Or otherwise you stitch this first and then you put it on there. So I need to grab I had my super old book pages. Now I wonder where they went. Just a second. Oh, to be organized. Oh, I know, they're over here. Here they are. So you can see I don't have many left of this. Is what I used in my original project. If I don't have any more, I've got plenty of other super old books. I'll find something that will be fine. So I folded that in half to make it a bit stronger, and I also just put a teeny tiny bit of glue inside, but I am going to stitch around 3 sides, so I'm not too concerned. You don't have to go right to the edge. So put that there. Now I don't want it that deep, and it's a little bit wide, so I'm just going to grab my ruler again and give it a little tear there, and then I'm just going to measure it again, and I measure everything by eye. It's still slightly too big. Probably ideal to get it right the first time, not like me, but actually I think what I'll do is I'll line it up here, and I'll put my ruler just over there. Oh wait, I need to bring it up a bit so I can see. So that's there, and that's just so I can see that it's kind of straight. Hold it down really tight, because this paper tears fairly easily. Yes, you see that? And then I just want to take a little bit off the bottom because I don't want it that deep. Or did I? What did I do in there? Oh yes, I do want it that deep. I do, because it's a double pocket. So my next thing is to find this one, and I'm going to tear that again. I don't want anything crisp. Tear that. Now you can have it all crisp if you want to. You can have your paper cutter out and be paper cuttering all the way along, but I'm not going to. That's not what I want. I didn't actually measure this. Oh, it's perfect, you see. For this book, it worked out perfectly there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just clip it. Just grab my clips here. I'm going to clip it in place here. So you could stitch this and then glue it down if you wanted to. I'm going to clip it and then stitch it. Okay, so that's holding it in place, and this is nearly done, this bit. Okay, so I'll probably do 2 or 3 videos for this because there's quite a few steps. So I've got my thing on straight stitch, and I'm just going to stitch it. Oh, something's happening with my thing. It's probably best to stop and check what's going on, because otherwise I'll get all goober bits everywhere. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Did not enjoy that at all. Okay, let's just see, something's not threaded properly. Possibly down here. Let me just put this through again. I probably also need to clean it out. Okay, so we'll just get these little scissors and pull it through. There we go. Okay, so let's try again. Lucky it didn't make a hole or anything like that. I'll start up a bit higher. That's better. See? Take my clip off. So this is really more just to show you where I used each piece without you having to figure it out yourself. Okay, so that's that. It's also pretty. And then this one I'm stitching around the 3 sides. I'll start out here. Okay. Trim that off, and then the only other thing I need to do is, now at this point, if you wanted to have a tie there, I would glue that around the back and then tie. So you've got a tie, and I need to get my label. So I've got my labels here, and I need this label here, and I'm not going to tear this one, I'll cut it. So there's no oh no, there are JPEGs for there's JPEGs for everything, but I didn't print everything from the JPEG. So this came from the PDF just because, you know, I mean, I'm not a computer expert, so then it's hard to resize them. So I'm just going to glue that down there. You could stitch it. Oh no, you can't stitch it on now because the pocket's there. If you wanted to stitch it on, you'd have to stitch it on beforehand. So that's just going to go on there. And that is done. So my next job is, let me just write down, as I go, I'll write down, I'm just going to write down old, because I need to know what I'm using for the kit. So old book pages, I've used one, and now I'm going to use another one, because I'm just going to glue that on here, like so. Slightly too long, so I'll just tear off the tiniest bit. It might not be that I'm using a different straw paper, but the ones I send out in the kit I actually resize them myself. This one I actually got, it's an A4 size. I can't do that, I'll have to cut it. Okay, so let's get the glue on there. And I think I'll change my glue book. I did particularly like this book for this project because it's exactly the right height too. So I'll just get as much glue down on there as I can. And I'm gluing it a little bit. Actually, I've made a mistake here. What I need to do, and it's not a problem, I need to attach my envelope first. So I'll grab an envelope. Sorry if my head's in the screen, I hope not. So this is my envelope. I need to actually attach this first. So I'll pull that off, and also put some glue over the top because I want to glue it all down. Oh my gosh, I've got goobery things. And I'll just slip that under my book page. I haven't stuck that down yet, so that's okay. And I'm going to glue this here, line it up, make sure it's as straight as I can get it. I'm not really too concerned whether it's the same distance top or bottom. It doesn't really matter. I'm not worried about it. You can center it. You can be more precise than me. I'm like Little Miss Imprecise. I don't worry about being precise. Like you could have the same distance. It doesn't really matter. So then when you fold it, you see, I actually like it like that. Okay, so that's attached. That's good. Now I need to attach this. So, well, will I put a tie in it? I could put a tie in it. Wouldn't hurt me. Right, well, I'm going to get this string. I need quite a bit, I think. So I'll exaggerate. This is just a jute, very fine string that I found at the wholesalers the other day that I really liked. I'm going to put a bead of glue just across what I think is approximately the center. Oh, I haven't used this for a while. It seems to have dried. Just grab a pin. It's the heat, it's wreaking havoc with everything. Okay, and it's not even that hot yet. Okay, come on, out you come. So it was recommended to me when you do this that you could also just run a bit of washi tape along there, and I think I might do that. That glues down very well, but I'm just going to grab one of these washi tapes. I'll just bring them. Oh, I don't think I can lift it. I've got too many in there. I'll just grab any one. Come on. Okay, I'm just going to run this green one along there. You won't be able to see it. I might just put it in 2 spots so I'm going to run it over my glue as well, just to make sure it sticks. And I'm just going to stick that down there. That way we don't have to really wait. Oh, just like that. So you can't see it. So we don't have to wait for the glue to dry either, because we've got the washi tape. And that makes sure it's really, really, really strong, I think. Okay, so let's just hold that down there. There we go. And I've glued it in, and so it won't annoy us. Okay, so now, see, then you can tie it shut, which we don't want to do yet, but I'm just going to check the length. If you didn't like it, you could snip it off. It's a bit long. Just trim off it. Oh, pretty good. Okay, so that will always stay shut. So that's good. So now we've got another thing we have to worry about when we're stitching it, because we want to make sure it's all going in the right direction. So now I want to open this out. I want to place it. Actually, I might place it closed. I'm kind of going to center this, but just by eye though. I'm not doing anything. Oh, I think I put it like that. I like to see a little bit of the old book as well. So kind of in the center of the old book page. You can see why I sort of trimmed it a bit, because I wanted it to be able to see the book page behind. Just grab one of these. These are bigger. See if it will reach it. And I'm not clipping. This is loose. That has to stay loose. You don't want to stitch that down. So if you're not comfortable with the sewing, because you've got to think about it. Take your time. If you're worried about stitching something down that you shouldn't, don't stitch. Do faux stitching, if you know what I mean. Okay, let me just move everything out of the way, bring the sewing machine over, and now here I am going to back stitch, because I'm opening it out. I am going to back stitch because that's a pressure point where you put your things in the pocket. And I don't want to stitch where I stitched before. Just be careful to go, I don't want to go beyond my fold. Yeah, that's okay. And I'm making mine a side pocket. You could make it a top pocket if you want to. But mine's a side. Literally, you can really do what you want. I'm just showing you what I did. Okay, so you can trim off the excess kind of there, and I will just, that's perfect, that's done, the front is done, there's no more to be done there unless you want to do something else. And so I'll just tie that shut and we can start working on the rest. Okay, so I'm doing this while I've got Fiona's here, because otherwise I might sort of forget what I did. So I guess I think I might decorate inside first. Just let me get rid of this glue. Let's do this pocket. So that pocket had one of these. That's what was one of these that I tore down. So let me, where's my piece of paper? Write it down. Book page, those old book pages, so we probably need 3 of those, and then the newer book pages. I've got 1. If I don't write it down, when I make the kits, I won't have enough. I won't, like I'll put in the wrong, I won't put in the things that you need. So I'm going to tear down here first. Put that there. Okay, and did I leave it? I didn't leave it the full height, just tearing a little bit off the bottom, just so if it's too deep then it's hard to put things in. And so then I actually just stitched that there, but I actually collaged it first. So I need to do this collage. I need my other embroidery. I've got to find it. Just let me bring it all over here. So I need not those. Put those there. That's for the tags. This pocket, this one here. Where's my scissors? And I'm actually going to tear it. Okay, I need this, and I need also the doily. Now the doily should be easy to find because it's on ivory paper. Here it is. Now this doily seems to have printed out small. I think I needed to print it not the reduced size, the bigger size. But I will write it all down in the description box so there's no confusion. And you can copy and paste it. Use these scissors. Now this will take me a minute to cut this out. So yes, if you just print the doilies two to a page, that'll work just fine. Okay, and then here this will be torn down further as far as the width is concerned. I tore it, I think, about here. And then I tore it. I measured it about there. I tore it. Okay, just put that aside. It doesn't really matter that my doily here, actually I think I like it better, smaller, because it doesn't overhang quite as much. I might bring it up. You can see it more. This is slightly smaller. And here I'm going to put some of the super old book page. So yeah, yes, there will be an extra page or two included for that, because I like it more than the page that is there. I might just tear a little piece off, and that's going to go in. Yes, I like that more, and I want this to, I think I'll flip this around, even though it's upside down. I'm going to flip it around because I want more white there. Not white, you know, no writing. That's what I want. and that's going to go there like so, and that there, so you don't even know really. So that will glue down first. So I'm readjusting this this project to what's going to be in the kit, because in some of this I did use a bit of a kit that's not mine, so I can't do that I can't provide that to you. So I'm just going to make sure that I do everything with things that you can have, if you know what I mean. If you wanted this to print bigger, all you have to do is like print it 2 to a page with the other one, like with the other one that's a pocket, and then it will print out bigger. Well, it should. I think that's what I did originally. So that's going to go there, a little bit over. And then I'll glue down this one. Now, some of the bits and pieces like tissue paper and stuff like that, you can provide for yourselves, because I can't. I have a little bit of it, but I don't think I could provide an endless supply of it. And then I'm going to glue, I just got to find it, just a second. Do I have any here? I can't see it. I might have to grab a new piece. I don't know where I've put it. I might be able to provide some of this for a certain amount of kits, but not an endless supply of kits, if you know what I mean. Okay, right, so I just need a small piece. That goes there. So if you don't have this glue, you'll use your Fabri-Tac or this glitter glue. I don't really know what that is, but everybody seems to be using it. And then I put a little bit of tissue paper, which I don't have with me right now, so I'll do that afterwards. And that's going to be stitched there. And then I took some of this paper again and I tore it down like so, and I just put it here. I actually tore a bigger piece than what I have here, so I'll just grab another one, and I will put in a few extras just in case you make a boo-boo like me. So it needs to be torn about half. It didn't quite meet in my original one, but it was pretty close. So I'm going to glue that down. So if you're obviously purchasing the digital file, you'll just use any old book page that you like. And that's going to go right there, like so. And then I'll just clean my fingers. I've got to find now my page that I printed. I need my butterflies, one of my butterflies. And I also need my page, my one page, this one here. And I chose this one, but you could choose any of these to decorate on the side of your page. And I just very vaguely cut around them. I don't do anything like perfect or anything like that. They're very cute trim samples. From the very early 1800s they are. Okay, don't want any pointy bits. So I'll glue that down the side. It's a fairly simple decoration on this. Now, I will not be providing in the kit.
Did I fix it?
Yes. Yes, it looks good. Looks really good.
Okay.
Now, I will not be able to provide the knitting there in the kit, So you'll have to find something like some cheesecloth or something, because I only have a small antique piece, and I would not be able to use that, provide that in kits. So yes, you'll just have to find something that gives you the look. Okay, so that's going to go there, and then I'm going to cut out the brown, the tanny brown, orangey brown butterfly. He's going to go there. In my original one, I used one out of a book. If you were to have one that you would like to use from a book, that's just fine. I'm going to use this one that I printed. I'm sure though from those butterfly books, they all come from similar public domain images anyway. So he's printed on cardstock. So I guess that's kind of good for the antennas. They've got more chance of surviving the cutting. Okay, let's get rid of all these bits. I've got no idea how long this video is. It will have to be a few videos because there's quite a lot to do. Okay, so that's going to go, oh I love it, that's going to go there. I thought this is a fun way to provide a kit.
What are you doing?
I'm doing, so you know how I did this project? Well, yeah. I've made the kit, so I'm showing how to use it.
Cool. That's very pretty, Mummy.
I know, I like it.
What are you imitating what you made there?
Similar. I'm doing it similar because it's not going to work out exactly the same, but it will be similar. Okay. But I'm using the kit that I'm going to provide, so I'm just testing it out, and then I'll provide this link to all these videos, so whoever gets the kit, if they want to, they can look at the videos.
Okay,
otherwise they can do it themselves.
That's very pretty. Good job.
Thanks, Lulu. Bye bye.
Bye, Mummy.
Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye. Okay, so my next job is to decorate this page. And what I'm going to do is, I've got some book pages here. You want to sort of use up your bits and pieces, so I'm going to put that one there sideways. It doesn't matter, really doesn't matter. If it bothers you, don't put it sideways. I could even glue that one down. I might put a bit this, because this is my, oh, that's very bad tearing. Doesn't, oh, well it does matter because I want that side. So I'm going to actually, that's going to be covered. So first I'm going to glue this one down, even though it's very bad tearing, but it is going to be covered, so it doesn't matter. I just want to fill in my space, really. So obviously you can use this kit any which way you like. This is the way I'm using it. And I did promise that I would show how I was going to use it, so that's the only reason why I'm remaking this. Okay, and then this one, I like the torn edge, so that one's going to go there. So that's a newer book page, this is the older book page. Okay, and then we need a little bit of music paper. Now I won't provide this music paper because I have a very small amount of it. I really couldn't. Well, I might be able to. Oops, sorry. Oh, I wonder if we're recording. Can you imagine if we weren't recording and I had to start all over again? We are recording. We're going quite fast. It's only nearly 40 minutes. So I only need a small bit, but I stuck that on afterwards. So what I want now is to find, I'll show you. I want to find, where's my kit? Is this my kit? This is my kit. Okay, I want to find this page. What am I showing? It's not even on screen, I don't think. I want to find this one. This one here is what we need. Okay, so just going to tear a piece of that, I am. And I might even tear it with my ruler. I didn't in my original, but I am going to tear it with my ruler. So at least down that side, it's perfectly good. I love this pattern. So I tore that, and it's going to fit there nicely. And I'm going to hand tear this. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Yeah, that's good. And then tear a little bit of this off. Not all of it. If you were to make a mistake with your tearing, I mean, you just patch it. It doesn't have to be exactly what I did, and I don't want that because I'm going to put my bit of music down there. I did like the music. I could put a bit of music up here as well. I might do that too. So we'll glue this down. So if you're new to my channel and to my method, I'm very willy-nilly. Don't like measuring things. I like to just do things by eye, and whatever happens, happens. I find it very relaxing to craft like that. So isn't that beautiful? And then I might tear down the bottom here. I'm going to just tear off the end there, and that can go right across. I think that's lovely. Okay, so that's going to go there. Oh, it's upside down. Who cares? So that's that. And then I've put that there, but I might just have a little teeny tiny piece over here. So you'll need to get your own book page, because that's not going to be in the kit. I think I'll put that there like that. Oh no, maybe I'll put it there. I think I like it more in the middle. Okay. So that's going to go there. Now, I need to create the belly band. Now, for the belly band, I used Tim Holtz. I don't even know if I've got any Tim Holtz here now. I used Tim Holtz. I could use, no, I can't use that. Now, I'm not going to provide the belly band because I don't have enough papers to do that. But I've got this, so I'll just use this Tim Holtz, I think. And I just tore it with my ruler. How big is that? That's 1.1 5/8 of an inch. And that is about 4 centimeters. I'm just going to do it by eye, but I need to get what I need is my height. So I might just look what I'm doing. I'm just going to put it on here. I'm just going to mark it with my pencil very lightly there. And then I'm just going to put my ruler on there and tear it. And I'll just trim off some of those jagged edges. That's just fine to me. And then I need to also, let me just stitch that on. Keeping on my scraps near because we'll need those. I can just put this here and I can count 4 centimeters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and It helps if it doesn't move, and tear it. So yes, any scrapbooking paper, keep it fairly simple. You don't want it with too much pattern or anything like that on, and then you can create your belly band. So I need a doily. I've got doilies here somewhere. So yeah, I can provide maybe a doily in the kit. Although you guys, especially in the States and in England, because Iozia sent me beautiful doilies, you can get great doilies, much better than what I can get. I just get the regular sort of types, nothing too interesting. And I just cut the doily in half. And then you'll need a bit of lace, which you guys can provide for yourselves. Aren't I mean providing everything? Well, I can't. There's too many different elements. I will provide some some pieces of what is it called? Straw paper. So just tear that. Just a piece of straw paper. And then we also need, where is it? This paper in here. Just a second. Where was it? There it is. I got my hand on it. I need a piece of this. And maybe we'll use something from here. So let's see how we go. I'm just going to grab a bit of writing. Where would I like my writing? Oh, maybe that does it. I mean, you can choose whatever you like. I quite like that. Let's see how this looks. Okay, so what I did was I just ran a little bit of glue. Now I did these in my 100-day project on one of the videos, I don't know where. So I just run a bit of glue, put this on, and then I need to sort of collage it a bit. So that's way too big. Just sort of lay it on there. Just sort of try to figure it out, and then I need something else there, and I wonder if I want maybe something from here, maybe this little brown piece. Just try and tear it, that piece, maybe. Okay. It's going to be good. That'll work. Put that there, I think. And then I need a piece of lace. So you're going to have to provide your lace. Get my scissors. So this is my lace here. That's just going to sit there, and then I'm going to have another piece of this. Start cutting it in different corners every time. Just a little piece. Actually, I think the A is going to be covered up because I'm going to cut out a butterfly as well. Now, where are my butterflies? No butterflies there. The butterflies were so maybe one of these here. I think probably even this one might be good. And if you didn't want to cut out one of these butterflies, you might have something else that you want to use. You could, you know, turn that into a journaling card or something for this little project. Get my little scissors. I do have another butterfly page where they're slightly bigger, so I might decide to use that. Just going to see how I go with this one.
Thank you, Mummy.
Thank you, Lily. Now I'm not liking my A because it's going to distract from the butterfly, so I'm just going to get some of the writing. Just put a little bit of glue on there. I am going to stitch down the center, so put that there, that over the top. A bit of glue on there just so it stays where I want it to, and just put a tiny bit of glue there. That one. Put my little butterfly in the center there. I'll just get some glue on his or her antennas. There we go. Okay, and I'm just going to zigzag. I'll do that right now. I'm going to zigzag down the center. Will I get myself on screen? Maybe. I've got too much in front of my sewing machine, and I went right down the center, and I did a nice big zigzag. Make sure you capture everything. Okay. Isn't that pretty? Getting very crowded, I am. Move that over there. And that's going to stitch there. Okay, let me move this over there. Okay, put that all over there, so I can stitch my pocket on. Oh, now here, this is where you have to be careful. You only want to stitch here very close to the edge, because you don't want to capture your other bit. You can open it, but I'm not going to capture it, I don't think, so I'll be right. You see, did I even stitch that? With my concern about stitching my thing shut. Oh, miles away from it, I can do a bit more. When in doubt, glue. And the good thing about the straw paper, and probably craft paper too, I'm not quite sure because I don't really get craft paper here, but the straw paper is very strong. So it can take all this heavy duty sort of work that's happening on it, all these pockets and tuck spots and what have you. It's very, very strong, and of course it's even stronger because I'm collaging on top of it. Now the other thing I want to do is, those bits will probably annoy me, so I'm just going to put a bit of glue under those. There we go. So they're not flipping up all the time. And I've got to glue this pocket on here. I'll just clip it. Okay. Okay, great. So that's that. That's all okay. That's all open. If you didn't like that down there, you could put a little bit of washi tape there, And the next thing we have to do is we will do this. So that's really simple, that one. That is just, where is it? I've got to get through all my mess. So that's, I'll show you what page it is. It actually I've only printed it on regular paper, so I'll have to, I think I've done a few printouts. So this is a bit flimsy. Because it's going to be a pocket, it needs to be on presentation paper or at least cardstock. So let me just see, I printed everything out a few times. So, and I think the first lot I did, oh no, that's all on flimsy paper. That was just a test. No, that's flimsy paper. And then this is on good paper, so let me see. I'm just seeing if I've got that one on the, I've got that on the stronger paper. That needs to be on the stronger paper. And here we go, I've got this too. Okay, so I'm going to tear it to size. And you've seen me do these. With what do you call it? With the in the 100-day project. So first of all, I'm going to tear this down. And this I learned from, I think I learned it from Crafty Cat, Amy from Crafty Cat. She had done a video and showed me how to do this. I just love it, and I've adapted it to many different ways of using, what do you call these things? Envelopes. Okay, so that's going to go, I'm just going to put a little marking there where I need to tear it, about there. Good. Oh, I don't need to worry about that. So then, I think I went a bit crooked, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to tear it there. Oh, really crooked. What's going on? So tear it like that. That's it. Okay, so now all I need to do is glue all of this bit so I can attach that down, and then I just stitch down here to close that side of it. Okay. That's okay, that'll do. It's just to show you how I'm using it. I'm not selling this or anything like that, I don't think. And I trim that there. I don't want to trim too much off. Oh dear, I'm a bit wobbly. Bit wobbly. Now this is a very long video, guys, so you'll have to stop and start. That's there, and then I need to stitch it. So let's move all my mess out of the way again. I'm sorry if I'm off screen. So I've now stitched down there, and I've got a pocket that opens at the top, and I did forget to snip my semicircle. I'll do that afterwards. And then the other side of this page, how are we going for time? 59. Well, let's do the other side and then we'll finish it all off in the next session. So we'll just do this. Now what I did here was I used one of my faves. Let's just get the papers. Oh, here they all are. Okay, this paper here. Isn't it gorgeous? And I literally just tore it with my ruler. So let me just get, let me just get this white off. I might have snipped that, I don't know, I can't remember. I'm just lining it up kind of and tearing down. Not too bad a job, that's perfect. Okay, and then I'm going to tear off up here. So you will have, if you purchase the printed form, you will have bits and quite a bit of stuff left over, so that you can use it for other stuff. Obviously, if you buy digital form, you can print it up and use it as many times as you like in any project you like. So let's try and go straight this time. We'll try. Put a mark in there. Put my marking on there and line it up a little bit, and then put my ruler on the line, and that should be much better job than the other one. Okay, put that over there, and then I need to measure it here. Now you could, I'm going to glue this, but you could also double-sided sticky tape it. Okay. That on there. Obviously make sure you get enough glue on there to stick it down. Okay, and then I need my flower, which is here, and I've printed that on this ivory paper, and I'll just cut around the main bit like so. Get rid of all of the excess. Now I want to leave a little bit of the border around it. Actually, I'll just go around sort of the main bits first. So these would be super nice Happy Mail to someone. Okay, so that's done. Oh no, I need to cut that bit there. Yes, I do need to cut that bit there, and then it's done. I think I'll get rid of that. So to keep the shipping cost down, I'm thinking I will provide the super old book page, but not this page that's new, that was the base for this pocket over here, because I'm sure you've got plenty of books that you could use for that. Okay, that's going to go there, and I need to just create my little collagey bit. Now I had this piece left over from before, so I'll keep that. And I'm going to get some of this blue. So you're going to only use not too much of this blue here, so you'll have plenty for something else. But it's one of my favorites. I really do like this. And just tear it however it sort of turns out. And then we just need a piece of grid paper. So any grid paper. grab? I actually used a white one, but I might just use this one here. I could provide a bit of this. This is the recycled grid paper, so I could provide a little bit of that one. I need quite a big piece. Tear that off. Tear that big belly off. And I also, oh no, I think, oh yeah, I don't want a straight bit, I don't think. So if we get this page done, then we've got to do the back and then the journaling cards. Well, you all know how to make journaling cards, but maybe I'll show a couple of them. I had this underneath. Oh, some more of that lovely script. Grab that. It's here. So just grab some of this. So you've got heaps of that left over to use for something else. Yeah, no, I like that like that. And then that one there. And then I need a little bit of lace, which I will not be providing because I don't have enough, but any lace will do. To find some. Or you could use like a scripty sort of fabric would be nice. This is my last piece of it, this one, so I won't be able to provide that. But you will get all the paper elements and a little bit of that this netting here. So you just hold that all together. I'll bring the sewing machine over so you can see. And I'm just going to randomly, is it going to be too big? It's too big. Just had a thought. Let's make it a bit smaller. Okay, put that there. Just going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm just whizzing around catching everything. Just grab this, trim that off. Okay, and that's already done. Got all that lovely stitching effect. And basically just get your glue and glue it in place. And that's perfect, you see? So that is done. Good. Okay, so I'll end the video off here. So I'll just recap what we've done. We've done inside, okay, I'll show you, like so. We've got our tuck spot here, and there. Flip it out. We've got our pocket over here that's been stitched. We've got This is a pocket here. I need to find in my mess my punch, and I'll punch a circle out of there. I've got my belly band stitched in. I've got and I've got that pocket, so I need to do the back. I've done the front here. Need to do the back, and then we can make the journaling cards. And that is it. So super fun, and I will be back soon. Just tie this up. Okay, and then I will come back and finish it off. So thank you for watching. Bye.